Pyramids and cones are the little sub, I guess it's right pyramids and cones. Pyramids and cones. So in other words, if you have a pyramid, let's make it look like this. Or a cone, how do you find the surface area of those shapes? And it almost should be logical to you, simply because of the fact that surface area is area of all sides added together. Unfortunately, our book likes to shoot in there a lot of what's called lateral surface area. And we've done this before, and it's exciting, but hey, it is what it is. The lateral surface area is the surface area of all the sides, not including the base, or bases, depending on how many bases it may or may not have. These only have one base, so it's only one base, one side there. So really, if you think about this little shape here, and if you were drawing a net, as in Funicello, anybody ever heard of the net Funicello? If you were taking this, if you had a pyramid box and you cut it so that you could unfold it, it would look like this. This is what we call the net of it. And if you're finding the surface area of it, well, the lateral surface area, because that's what they kind of like to do here. You know, the lateral surface area then would be of just these four sides and not the base included. Oh, putting the base in it wouldn't be that hard. Now the formula for that, children, something we just learned, and this will be exciting because somebody said, when will we ever need to use that? Today is that day, although I don't know why you want to do it. How do you find in a pyramid lateral surface area? Any idea what lateral surface area would be of the pyramid? So again, thinking about that, lateral surface area is these four triangles there, but we can't just say it's something times 4 because our pyramid could be a 5-sided pyramid. It could be a, what's 5 sides called? A pentagonal pyramid. It could be a hexagonal pyramid. It could be that. So I don't want to know, I don't need to know that, okay, but what I do need to know is what general formula could I use for any pyramid. Ava says,
1/3 area of base times height.
you are actually telling me the volume. Volume of pyramids and cones is 1/3. Lateral surface area and surface area are not that. So good thinking on that. If I'd asked you for volume, then all over that.
Yes.
Kendall,
Base times height, then half of it, and then times surface area of all sides.
well, and there you got to think about, I like kind of where you're going with that base times height, but it has to be the base and the height of the side cut in half, because it's a triangle. Actually, in this case here though, what did we call the height of the triangle? Actually, you didn't ask me this question, but it relates to that. If I'm doing this, the height of my triangle is this, right? Which comes out to this to be this thing right here. What did we call that thing there? Caroline?
The slant height.
It is the slant height. So, you need to take 1/2 of the base times the slant height. So say the perimeter of the base times the slant height. Yeah, okay. Okay. Maybe I should write that out. Let's write that out. That would be exciting, wouldn't it? 1/2 of the base times the slant height. Now, children, here is where you have to make somewhat of a deductive leap there. Okay, here's my, if I was doing this triangle here, right, here's my base. Okay, I could do that, find the area of that, do the same thing over here, find the area of that, do the same thing over here, find the area of that, do the same thing over there, and do that 4 times. But there'd be a much quicker way to do that. Anybody know what that much quicker way to be would be? Rather than doing that 4 times, I can just do what else?
Times what?
Tile,
Times 4.
not times 4 because I
Three.
don't know for sure, not times any number itself.
Times side number base side. Every side.
Add that number 4 times.
Rather than,
Times vertices and edges.
yes, and then multiply by the lateral surface area of another shape that you've never seen before. Rather than doing each one separately, you can do it all as one big group by instead of multiplying by the base, multiply it by the perimeter of the base.
Yeah.
In other words, rather than let's say these were all 3s, rather than multiplying 3 and this was 10 high, rather than saying this is 3 times 10 cut in half, and then the other side is 3 times 10 cut in half, and the other side is 3 times 10 cut in half, and this side times 3, you can add all the 3's together first and get 12, and then multiply that one thing by 10 and cut it in half. Okay.
Clearing choice.
So write that down in big letters here. Okay, the surface area is going to equal 1/2 the perimeter of the base times the slant height. Take that out in big, great big words, because we'll actually do a problem with that there. Aren't those colors pretty?
Rachel, I have a question.
Ah,
Reminds me of
Holly?
experiment. So that's how you find surface area and then
That is lateral surface area.
So
If it asked you to do total surface area, it's going to be the lateral surface area, plus you'd have to find the area of the base and add it to it. That's total surface area.
so it's
So it'd be that 9 added on to whatever we did to find the top there. We're gonna do one exciting problem right here.
Right here. Right now.
Let's do this. Let's make this a triangular. Pyramid, sorry. Get it right.
looks like a kite.
I'm gonna try 3-dimensional. I'm gonna try to give you a little CV action right here.
I don't like doing this.
Give you some dimensions here. Let's say this is 4. Let's say this is 4. Let's say this is 5, and that back there is 7. And let's make a slant height, because the slant height is going to be the same on all of them. Let's make a slant height of 12. And if I was asking you for the lateral surface area, first thing we do is write down our formula. LSA equals, what do we say? 1/2 the perimeter of the base times the slant height. So it's going to be, what is the perimeter of my base? If I add what numbers together? 4, 5, and 7. And that I am multiplying by the slant height of 12. So So it's going to be 1/2 of 16 times 12, half of 16 is 8, times 12, 96, whatever it is, units squared would be the slant height. If I asked you for the total surface area, what would you have to add on to that?
The low base.
Yeah, this little triangle down here, which you couldn't do, why? Because you don't know the height of this triangle. They would have to give you a dashed line, give you a right line there. A triangle, you have to know the height, and you can't find that. That's exciting. Caroline?
So the lateral surface area is that one, and then for the total surface area, what do you have to add?
It's the lateral surface area plus whatever that base was. We just found the area of, let me try to draw the net of this. The net of this looks like this. Here's my bottom triangle right here, and then off of that, there's a triangle that looks like this, and a triangle that looks like that, and a triangle that looks like that. We just found the area of those 3 side triangles. You were looking at this from the side. Now you're looking at it unfolded and flattened out. I just took a pyramid, cut the sides, and laid them flat. So if I cut a shape out like this and bend it on those lines, it would form that nice little pyramid there. Lateral surface area just finds the area of these triangles. Total surface area, you'd have to add this to it.
Wouldn't you need another triangle to make it?
Wait, which slide is that?
Look at the yellow and red one, for the one on the
Go
black
ahead
and
and
white, you
decide.
have to do 3 triangles.
What's that?
So the red and yellow one, there's 4 little triangle things. Then you only do 3 on the
Right,
top.
only 3 of them on the sides though. The bottom one, this one down here is the base. Oh, actually.
I don't know what view I'm looking at it from.
You are looking at this like this.
Oh, it's not
That was confusing. He made it look like he was looking at my.
Lateral surface area of colons. Criticize my drawing all day long.
It looks great.
You will like this because this is much simpler.
Yay!
Well, it's the same formula, but you can write it out a lot nicer. The lateral surface area of a cone equals this. It equals about pi times radius times slant height. Pi times the radius times the slant height. That is the lateral surface area. Which means all you need to know is this. Somebody steps up and they give you the radius here is 10. They tell you the slant height from here to here is maybe 20, and that's all you need to know. Because you can just plug it into this. Pi times 10 times 20 ends up being 200 pi. Now, if you wanted the total surface area, you then would have to add the area of this bottom circle, which we didn't count, which is what? Pi times radius times radius. It's another 100 pi's. If I made 200 pi's and then I made another 100 pi's, the total surface area is going to be 300 pi's. Yes, Taylor.
Where did you get pi times radius times radius?
I said if I was trying to find the total surface area, I then would have to have the area of this circle down here. This is the formula for the area of the circle. If you're looking for total surface area, children, you have to put 2 things together. You put the lateral surface area, which is the sides, and you have to add the base onto that, in this case, which is a circle, so you've got to put this with that for total. And you have to be careful what they ask you. A lot of times they just ask you for lateral surface area, which is just the sides. Why, I don't know. I didn't write the book. I'm just a big fan of the book because the book, you are smarter than you really think you are. Most of you think you're smarter than you really are. Let me rephrase that.
No, Dave, if I lower my seat.
By the way, what is the height of this cone? No, that's
You
the,
don't know it, you don't know it.
but you can figure it out, right? Because you
Because I don't
can do.
want to.
10 times 40. Let me